What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 39 of Diggity, a video game podcast. I'm your host, Jeff James. As always, with me is the incredible, the delicious, the nutritious, luscious Brody Foltz. How are you? You were irked a little bit. I saw you. You went, oh, Jesus, the delicious.
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good, man. You know what's even better?
Following us on Instagram.
Ooh, you got it, but you missed Twitter also. At Diggity Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. It's a good time. Follow us there on the interwebs. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Diggity Gaming. If you're watching the video podcast right now, what are you doing? Subscribe. Also, smash that like button, yo, fam, dog, Gucci. Everything's Gucci in here. Everything's Gucci, fam.
Oh,
Everything's
God.
lit here on YouTube. I'm loving it. Buy our merch. Buy my friggin' hoodie. You don't even know who I am. Just buy my hoodie. It doesn't matter. It's not like I ripped off Supreme's logo and just put my, Diggity Gaming across of it. Buy our hoodie. We don't own a hoodie yet.
No.
We're going to, though. Every single week that we come back here, we're becoming more and more like YouTubers. It scares me.
Is that necessarily good?
Well, we need to go buy a big home that we can't afford.
Okay. Yeah.
Except for 1 year where we're really killing it on YouTube. And we're going to have all of our friends in there. We're going to buy a Dodge Sprinter and just go around LA and just screw things up. Totally not talking about Jake Paul or Logan Paul. Maybe we'll go to a Japanese forest where people kill themselves. What a great idea. What an idiot. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, who decides one day, guys, you know, it'd be a great video for YouTube. Just go into a Japanese forest where people hang themselves and kill themselves.
Yeah. No, fuck that.
What a bad weekend that is. Anyways, like we said, subscribe to us on YouTube, Diggity Gaming. Subscribe to our podcast if you're listening to the audio version on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Spotify, wherever you are listening to. We are there, except for Pandora. I'm not upset about that. I just mention it every single week. Whatever. Let's move on. This podcast is sponsored by Audible. You can get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial by heading on over to audibletrial.com/diggity. That's Diggity. You can get access to over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or your MP3 player. So head on over to audibletrial.com/diggity for your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial. With that, I fulfill my opening intro obligations. And I move it over to you, Brody son, for a Diggity Deals on this Thursday. Take it away.
Oh boy. Anyway, so we've got three main Diggity deals this week. You can get Far Cry 5, The Crew 2, or Rainbow Six Siege, either for the Xbox One or PlayStation 4, all for $15 at GameStop.
Damn.
You can get The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt Game of the Year Edition for $15 on GOG.com. And you can get a 1-year Sony PlayStation Plus membership for $45 at the PlayStation Store for new members only.
New members only.
And now we have passed the savings onto you.
On to you. I'm your hype man for today, for Diggity Deals. Let's just jump right into it. Overkill's The Walking Dead console release has been postponed indefinitely. The game was originally set to release February 2019, but performance issues for the console version of the games have forced Starbreeze Studios to postpone this date until an undisclosed time. Is this game coming out, Brody?
Not a chance.
You think it's fully canceled?
Yep. As bad as the PC launch was, I cannot imagine this is going to come to console.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
At that point, it was supposed to come out here soon, wasn't it, on console? So for them
February.
I guess you read that, didn't you?
I did.
So it was supposed to come out in a couple weeks, 3 weeks pretty
2 weeks, man.
Yeah. So for them to be this close and to pull it, I assume something major went wrong, or they just it's not coming. I don't think it's coming.
You're trying to break the news to everybody right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to let you down gently, of course.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
It's not fucking coming.
That's your most gentle way of letting someone know that something's not happening. Jimmy, Santa's not fucking real.
Oh boy.
That's it.
Great. Hopefully there's no children that listen to our podcast. for multiple
I
reasons.
doubt it. Dude, well, there's no way. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's get real.
Yeah.
There's no way. Anyways, I don't think this is coming out either. I think this is totally like not postponed. I think it's just it's gone. Like it's not happening. It's not coming out. It's dead. It's dead in the water.
Yeah. Postponed indefinitely. It's just a kind
It's not even
way to
walking. It's not even walking anymore.
No, it's just dead.
It's just the dead.
Just the dead.
I didn't even really. I mean, it's not an excuse for it not to come out because I'm sure there's tons of people that were looking forward to this, and it sucks because it's postponed again. It looks indefinitely postponed, but I'm not too intrigued by this game. Like I'm not like, whoa, got to get that.
No. I honestly never really got on the whole Walking Dead hype train anyway. I never really got into the show or anything. So this does absolutely nothing for me to begin with. And then after hearing how the launch went on PC and how it was received, definitely doesn't interest me. So no
Fair
love
enough.
lost here, I guess.
Fair enough, man. Hit us with the next piece of news.
Atlas servers are an absolute mess. So Atlas is a pirate MMO from an offshoot of the same developers from Ark, which is also an absolute mess. Sorry. The servers have now been taken down, or have been taken down, due to cheaters spawning giant whales, tanks, and even airplanes. Keep in mind, this is a pirate MMO with tanks in it now. The server shut down for approximately 5.5 hours. The team was quick to claim that the chaos was not caused by a hack, but instead that the troubles were caused by an admin's Steam account being compromised.
Oh, great. So just complacency instead of being hacked.
Yeah, I mean, that's much better, right?
That's great. Yeah.
So one day later, the servers were taken down yet again due to another hack on their servers. Or attack on their servers, sorry. Not a hack. This time more whales, dragons, and a massive influx of server messages appeared in-game. This time around, the dev acknowledged that the second situation, there was no administrator account hacks, but it was actually a technical exploit.
A hack.
A hack. It's a hack.
So they're saying they didn't get hacked the first time.
Right.
This is comparable to no, someone did not steal my car. I left my keys in my car and someone fucking drove away with it.
Right.
And then the second part of it is
now someone stole my car.
Now someone stole my fucking
Somebody got in there and hotwired the shit out of it. Yeah, pretty much. This is a mess. I would say I'm going to tread lightly, but I'm not. I expect nothing less from the people who made Ark because that is a dumpster fire and a half. It released on Switch and is absolute garbage.
Diggity, tell them like it is.
I'm just being real here. I mean, I absolutely advise
That's fair
anyone
enough.
to stay far, far away from the Switch version of Ark. If you're going to play it, you might as well play it on PC because at least it's
The PC
okay.
version's somewhat stable.
Yeah, somewhat stable.
But yeah, the Switch one is definitely rushed and just let's just throw this on a console.
Yeah, let's get it on Switch and make some money.
Yeah.
And to me, that's such a shame because Ark has always seemed like a pretty cool concept. But
for sure.
It doesn't run well.
Spent a shit ton of money.
Atlas, I'd never heard a lot of chatter about this game before it came out. I heard a little
Done with
bit here
pirate
and
games.
there. It was just kind of there.
Pirate games don't get along.
No, I'm not a fan of pirate games either.
No. Me and pirate games do not get along, and I don't need to get along with pirate games.
I have no
I
desire
played
to
Sea
get
of
down with a
Thieves.
pirate game.
No, I played Sea of Thieves, and I was just completely let go. Let down from it.
Unless you're talking about Assassin's Creed 4. No pirate games.
But, I mean, I guess the ship battles were kind of cool in there.
Yeah, Black Flag was kind of fun.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's pretty well beloved.
it was also a single-player game,
You are correct, yes.
not a massively multiplayer online pirate game like everyone seems to be fucking making these days.
Yeah, everything's an MMO. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Well, don't you know, sir, that Americans spent $43.4 billion on video games, hardware, and software in the year of 2018. So these sales numbers are the highest that we've ever seen in the past 7 years and an 18% increase over 2017. The top 20 selling games for 2018 were as follows. This is from number 1 to number 20, by the way. Red Dead Redemption 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, NBA 2K19, Madden NFL 19, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Marvel's Spider-Man, Far Cry 5, God of War 2018, Monster Hunter World, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, GTA 5, good God, Mario Kart 8, FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, Super Mario Odyssey, Call of Duty World War II, Dragon Ball FighterZ, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Party, and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Not Eevee. Nobody
Not
likes
Eevee,
Eevee.
just Pikachu.
Nobody likes Eevee. Any kind
like
of outstanding ones on here that kind of stand out there? Like, whoa, really?
I am kind of surprised that NBA 2K19 and Madden NFL 19 are that high up on the list. I'm not surprised they're on the list.
I am not surprised that they're high.
I just,
bank,
to me,
bro.
like, when I used to play Madden and everything quite a bit, I never would buy the new iteration of the game because not that much changes, in all honesty.
But I know, but I think so many people own a copy of Madden that they eventually update it, and there's so many people it doesn't matter at this point because
that's
every year, like, okay, cool, great, like, you know, tens of millions of people upgraded from, you know, 17 this year, and then, you know, a bunch are upgrading from 18 next year or something like that. You know, like it's
that's fair.
When 2020 comes out.
I was actually surprised to see God of War that far down on the list. I figured the attach rate on PS4 would be a little bit higher and would have brought that up.
I'm surprised Spider-Man beat that.
I know, that's kind of where I'm at on that as well.
Because my first thought was like, well, you know, it's a console exclusive.
What's incredible is seeing Super Smash Bros. That high on the list, and it came out in December. That's insane. That's fucking crazy, man.
I know, dude. It's insane. It's absolutely crazy. What I found incredible is Mario Kart 8 outsold Battlefield 5.
That's crazy.
How old is that game now? What is that, like 4 years old? 4 or 5?
Yeah, I assume they're talking predominantly about the Switch version, which is, what, now 2 years old? So,
No, but I mean, the Switch version is 2 years old.
The actual game itself, right.
Yeah. The actual game itself is like, what, 4 years old? 3 or 4 years old? 5 years almost?
Right.
Something crazy like that.
I think...
yeah.
I think seeing Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild on there is not really a huge surprise just because that's kind of like, hey, I got a new Switch. What are 2 games I absolutely have to have? And it's Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. And apparently Smash Bros., which is awesome.
Crazy to see Black Ops 4 that high at the top, number 2.
And they didn't even have that good of a year, which is
No.
bizarre. I mean, we've talked about that in the last couple podcasts that Activision's kind of been having some troubles here and there, you know, and so I'm actually very surprised that it's that high up on the list and they're still having...
It's nice to see it make a comeback, the franchise.
It is.
I mean, I guess not a comeback. I mean, like it's been highly successful all these years.
Right.
It's just nice to see like a little bit of a resurgency in it, for sure.
Right. Yeah, I think that is pretty cool to see because in the last few years it has been dying off for sure.
Interesting. Cool. All right, man. What's next piece of news?
The PlayStation Now service, which is where you can basically, it's similar to like your Game Pass. You have access to a bunch of different games. You can now actually download them as well, which was something that was just added in the last few months. But it has a big library of games that you can go in and play at any given time. But it is now coming to Spain, Italy, Portugal, Denmark, Norway, Finland, and Sweden. And
we've got some Swedish listeners, and we've got some Denmark listeners.
Yeah, we do.
So there we go.
Hell yeah, that was just for them. But PlayStation will be holding a beta starting in February to usher in the service into those regions. So yeah, I'm actually a little surprised that they don't have it in those areas.
I am not, because I will share with you, when you live in America, you guys usually get like anything, like usually everything first or close to it.
Yeah, if not, it's second to usually Japan or China.
Yeah, if it comes from like Japan or China. Yeah, exactly. And like a great example of this is Netflix. So like Netflix Canada is a totally different Netflix and Netflix US. Like the shows that we have on there, the movies that we have on there, totally different than from the American side. Like they just announced that they're getting like Harry Potter on Netflix Canada.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And like Disney movies and stuff like that, just because all the different content and legal stuff behind all of it for all the different countries and the languages it has to be in, like everything in Canada content wise, you have to be able to have the subtitles in French and English.
Right.
So it messes things up. I'm assuming same thing on this end, right? A lot of these games have to be properly translated for those stores, and then the legal paperwork for that division and that country code of that store has to be written up. So I'm not surprised, but it's very interesting now living in America and coming from Canada and going through that kind of stuff where it's like you are locked out of stuff. Like when the first couple iterations of the iPhone were coming out, there was like features in the iPhone that weren't going to be like Apple Pay.
Yeah,
wasn't available in Canada for like a couple months after it launched in America. Okay. Like you just had to sit and wait for a lot of stuff, and it's just so interesting. I totally forgot that it's hard to remember when you've moved from a country that doesn't get get stuff, but it's a slow rollout, and then you get like everything here. And then this article just totally reminded me of that, and like how I was like, well, shit, I wish I had American Netflix because the Avengers is on it.
Yeah, I guess I figured. I don't know. I guess I figured Spain and Italy especially would have been bigger markets, or would have been.
Yeah, I'm sure there had to be some sort of country-based legal thing around content of being able to stream it, and what the legalities are behind that, and the documentation, right? I mean, we also live in a country that is pretty chillax when it comes to the streaming side of things. Like it's kind of a norm now. Right. But for some of the places out there, not to say that they're remote, like Spain and Italy are pretty advanced countries in many aspects. But it's almost kind of one of those things where they probably have harsher rules on stuff and harder rules to get around. I mean, this is predominantly why the reason too for Xbox. Xbox isn't that big in Japan or the Chinese market or stuff like that, because half the features are gone on it.
Right.
So because of those countries' rules. Speaking of stuff that rules, Smash Ultimate sales are absolutely phenomenal. So the sales for the newest Super Smash Bros. Game have now broken the launch month sale record for a platform exclusive. The record was previously held by Halo Reach in 2010. So no sales numbers were disclosed. However, it beat this record. So we can only assume that it is just, Nintendo is got to be sitting on a pile of cash.
Oh, I'm sure.
That is the size of like Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, they're doing the Scrooge McDuck dives into all their money.
Reggie's just imagine if they added Waluigi. Would sales went up?
I think so.
Reggie?
I think so.
What about Slippy, Reggie? What if you put Slippy in the game? No, you didn't.
Tingle.
Slippy for DLC. Hashtag Slippy for DLC. Hit Twitter up. This is what I can't wait for. I want to grow our community so big to the point where we can do dumb hashtags and then it trends, and then Reggie Fils-Aime has to look at it and he has to see a photo of Slippy.
It's like,
and it says
damn
Slippy
it.
for DLC.
It's them diggity boys again.
Them diggity boys. That's how Reggie speaks, right?
Right.
Them diggity boys.
This is crazy to me because Smash has always been one of those games that doesn't. It's beloved, but it usually doesn't sell quite like this. It's not usually breaking records or hitting crazy sales, because most of them are I think the highest selling Smash game was 13 million, which given some of the other games that have come out, that's not much. So to see Smash Ultimate do this well is awesome, because I am a huge Smash fan and I absolutely love it. I mean, it made my top 5 gaming list of all time, specifically Melee, but I'm excited for this. I mean, that's just that many more people online playing it and populating it, and it's awesome, man. It's awesome. And then you can actually challenge people to Smash. You'd just be out and about, be like, let's smash.
I want to smash you. I want to smash you. Yeah, man, it's crazy. They're really killing it. I mean, their Switch sales are are incredible. I mean, we talked about how there's $250 million of product from Black Friday to Cyber Monday sold in the U.S. from Nintendo. $250 million of product they sold.
Yeah, and an extra little tidbit on that. Nintendo Switch was actually the highest selling console of 2018, and also they were the highest selling console for December alone, with Xbox in second. So PlayStation fell off at the end. Yeah.
Ooh. You know what? When I look back on it, PlayStation didn't really have like a holiday deal or anything going on. They kind of just had.
They had the Black Friday deal, the Spider-Man console that came with Spider-Man, the Slim, and it was I think $200 on Black Friday, which was a hell of a deal.
Wow, that's an unreal deal.
Another thing about this that kind of surprised me is that Halo Reach is what held the record previously.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess I know. Obviously, that game was.
What were you expecting?
Fantastic.
Like a Halo 4 or Halo 3?
I think I was expecting probably Halo 3 over Reach. I mean,
yeah,
Reach is also a beloved game as well, but I guess I didn't expect it to hold that record. So
I was expecting like Gears or something.
Yeah,
only because that commercial.
Yeah, they did have some awesome commercials, for sure. But, yeah, that's crazy, man. So next up we have the Nintendo Indie Highlights Summary. Today, I believe it was it was today, sorry.
Yeah.
They had the Nintendo Indie Highlights that they do every so often, and they just pick a group of indie games, obviously, and go through them and have like a little special event where not really event, that's probably a strong word for it.
They kind of like showcase them.
Yeah, they just showcase them and go through. So the first one they showed off was Wargroove, which is a game I'm extremely excited about because it's basically a spiritual successor to Advance Wars. So it's a strategy type game, and it is coming out on February 1st. Which is awesome. And that's the first time we've actually seen a release date on that one. Double Kick Hero was the next one they showed off, and it's kind of a rhythm type shooting game. It was a little bizarre, but that's coming out summer of 2019. When Ski Lifts Go Wrong was the third one.
I love this.
I love this game. I'm actually going to pick this game up probably tonight. I just haven't gotten around to getting my Switch. It's a puzzle-based physics type game. It's like Bridge Constructor meets
Just
Line Rider
slam
meets
people into shit with on a ski lift.
It was awesome, and the way they did the trailer was fantastic. You know, they show the guy going down the ski ramp and he takes off, and then all of a sudden he just smacks a wall, right? It was great.
Yeah.
But that is actually out now. Forager was the next one. It's an adventure style game. It was kind of a neat little take on it. It was kind of like a top-down beat-em-ups adventure game, and that's coming out sometime in 2019. They didn't specify. Goat Simulator, which I don't know how the hell to categorize Goat Simulator. It's just Goat Simulator, which if you've never played that, it's like you are a goat, and you don't really.
It's a simulation game.
Yeah, you don't really. You don't really walk, though. You, like, skate. You, like, hover across the ground.
You hover, and then you use your tongue to latch onto things.
And you jump freakishly high. It's like
skateboarding
as a goat, but it's so bizarre.
Can you believe this, though? Like, Goat Simulator has done so well. Like, millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're killing it with it. I mean, hell yeah. But that is out now as well. The next game was Inmost, which is another adventure game with another unspecified date, just 2019 sometime. Unruly Heroes, which is a platformer style game, looked interesting. It was kind of very artsy, but also looked like it had some pretty decent platforming and some pretty crazy things going on, and that is out now. Crosscode, which is an RPG, is coming sometime in 2019. I know there's at least a cult following for that. I've seen a lot of love towards that. And then the last one, which is SteamWorld Quest,
which I think looks great.
It looks fantastic, and it's basically an RPG with like card elements of sorts. So, and this one's gonna definitely sell great because SteamWorld games are
the steampunk style, yeah.
Yeah, and the SteamWorld games like SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Dig 2 and SteamWorld Heist, those are, I mean, people love those games. Anytime you go into like a thread on Reddit or whatever, and people are looking for recommendations on indie games to pick up, SteamWorld always comes up. So a lot of people are looking forward to that one.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
But yeah, was there any of those that you were extremely excited about, other than the ski lift goes wrong?
I think all of them are super strong and super good, and that's why they got into the indie highlights. But I think when ski lift goes wrong is hilarious. And SteamWorld Quest, those are my two definitely that I'm most looking forward to. I love quirky games.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Wargroove and When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. Like I said, I'll probably buy When Ski Lifts Go Wrong tonight. So I'm excited. Good stuff coming, man.
Let's talk Pillars of Eternity 2. So Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire is going turn-based 8 months after launch. So starting January 24th, which is today if you're listening to the podcast, players will be given the choice to play the game either real-time or turn-based. The team decided to go this direction to avoid mechanic fatigue rather than release DLC that tends to have a low attachment rate. A drastic change in gameplay is being used to entice people to play the game in an entirely different way. It's kind you know what? I'm kind of stunned that they did this. But at the same time, I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, really. Absolutely.
I mean, instead of throwing, essentially a little bit of content out there to get people to buy like, $5-6 or something to cram another hour or two out of it. Mm-hmm. This is a way for them to have replayability in the game and enjoy the game in a different manner. And I think that's pretty noble, honestly, of Pillars of Eternity 2 team.
I think I don't think we've seen this very often where somebody will take a game that is not a failure by any means. It's been doing quite well, and to completely just flip it on its head like this and add a completely different way to go through the game. It's not a short game either, so I mean 80 hours is not unheard of out of this game at all. So you can actually just go right back through the game, and it plays like an entirely different game. I mean, the only thing that's not going to change is really your story elements of it and things like that. But I mean, turn-based strategy versus real-time strategy is night and day difference. And I'm a huge fan of turn-based games, so I might actually jump into this because the real-time elements of it actually kind of turned me away from the game. I don't know. I didn't want to play it for whatever reason. But as a turn-based game, it's a lot more enticing to me. So clearly, their method here is actually working. And now I'm definitely going to look into it and be a little bit more interested for sure.
Are there any other games that we can think of that the team could do this with?
Fallout 76.
Oh, God.
You can turn it into a turn-based...
You know what? We haven't talked about Fallout 76 for, like, weeks.
I know. And it was okay like that. I shouldn't have brought it back up. I'm sorry.
Oh, why'd you do that? Good God. Good God.
Nobody's talking about Fallout 76, if that's any consolation. I guess... I will say,
the game's dead.
I almost put this into the show notes, but then I was writing up show notes, I saw another article come out saying that they've denied this, but there was rumor that Fallout 76 was going to go free to play.
No way.
Yeah. Rumors came out, I believe, 2 days ago, because when you guys are watching this. But 2 days ago, rumors came out saying that it was going to go free to play, and then on the 23rd, they came out and said that that is not true. Now, whether they're lying through their teeth or not, who knows? But anyway, there's a little bit of rumor, because we haven't had a rumor for a little while. So, there. But no, I was just joking about the Fallout 76 thing. I don't think anything's going to save that at that point.
If they went free to play, I think it would be a massive success.
I agree. I think that's different than, obviously changing your mechanics of the game. But I agree. I think as a free-to-play game, they would do much better. And I think that's kind of shown with Elder Scrolls how the game's so cheap right now. It's not free-to-play, but it's dirt cheap. You can go out and pick up, just the base game and get a good chunk of gameplay out of just that alone for pretty cheap. And it's very well populated. I believe that they're doing very good as far as their player base goes on that game, at least. Interesting.
Rolling back a little bit to the Smash stuff, I actually read an article today on IGN. They basically talked to some Smash pros, and the Smash pros basically told them what the best characters were in the game to use. So it's Peach, Pikachu, Pichu, Olimar, Chrom, Inkling, and Wolf. As they were all cited as exceptionally strong fighters in Ultimate's current meta. So that's how you win. That's it, folks. That's how you win.
There it is. You just play as Peach.
Yeah, just play as Peach. That's it. That's all you got to do. But anyways, yeah. Sorry to the Fallout stuff. I mean, I think Fallout 76. When I take a look at it now, since it's been a couple months now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Almost 2 months now. I take a look at it. I feel like that game would have done better if they made obviously a smaller map and they just updated and released sections of the map as they went along.
I agree.
And I don't think anybody would have complained about that. And if they decide to do that with it being free to play, I think it's the right move to move section by section by section.
Yeah, and we talked about that right when it first came out, and that was the thing, the world's empty, and I understand why you did it from a story playing aspect, as far as NPCs go, sorry. And I understand why you did it, from the being true to the lore, but at the same time, I think that doesn't necessarily make a great game, and I think the world was just way, way, way too large and too empty to be successful. So I think I absolutely agree. If they would have taken the world and shrunk it down and just made it a much smaller experience, they could have gotten away with how empty everything was.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess it's a little too late for that now. You can't take the world away.
No, we'll have to see what they're able to do with it. But yeah, if it goes free to play, I think they'll have a tremendous success with it. They just got to make sure that they, make it better when it goes to free to play in terms of its quality of graphics and all the bugs. Like, I think it was just mainly the bugs that people had such a friggin' problem with. So this was obviously a little bit of an early show because we're out of news, but I do want to talk about one thing, and you're gonna go as soon as I mention it because I know you full well. I saw the trailer for Shazam.
Is that your first time seeing it?
It's my first time, yes, ever wanting to click on it and watch it. Because previously, I honest to God thought it was going to be canceled, and then I thought that it was a joke, and then I thought that then I thought again, it's going to be canceled. There's nobody's coming through, and then I realized that no, it's actually coming out. And I watched the trailer and I went, oh my God. I don't know what it's trying to be.
I think it is DC's first attempt to try to be more like the Marvel movies as far as having more of a comedy to it, I think.
Is it like their Deadpool in some way?
Minus the rated R. And I don't know. To an extent, I can kind of see what you're saying. Like, they're going more for like a full-on comedy of sorts, right?
Well, it's the way that Shazam talks. He talks in a very Ryan Reynolds kind of way, attitude of Deadpool, of like, my shit doesn't stink, but I'm also going to speak obliviously, and then I'm going to be extremely sarcastic, right? Like, so it's...
Yeah. Well, and that also comes with the fact that he's a kid in Shazam's body, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's like if you're DC and you can't. And I apologize, guys, if this is a lot of topic, but I think it fits in because it's geek stuff.
Yeah, it's geek. We'll roll with it.
Like if you're DC and you can't even do Batman right, why the hell are you gonna go balls to the wall with Shazam? His name just makes you go, ugh.
Honestly,
Shazam!
The first time I saw a trailer, which came out a while ago, and it was not one of those things I clicked on it on YouTube. I think we were at a movie, and so there was no way to avoid it, right? And I hated it. In all honesty, that's where I was when the first trailer came out. I did not like it. I was like, something is off about this. I don't know what it is. As more and more trailers come out for it, and I've seen it more, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm not banking on it being good because let's be honest, DC's record with movies right now is not fantastic. Basically, Wonder Woman was really good. The old Christian Bale Batman movies were pretty good. Yeah, the old school Batman movies are pretty good, but
you mean George Clooney was not a good Batman? He had bat nipples.
He was a fantastic Bruce Wayne.
His suit had nipples, Brody.
I think he was.
That was accurate.
I think he was a great Bruce Wayne, but he wasn't a great Batman. I think that's what we run into.
If they took the nipples off his suit, do you think he would have been a better Batman?
I would have been able to take him a little bit more seriously.
Imagine if they pierced them.
Oh boy. I think that's an issue we run into a lot with superheroes. We either get somebody who plays the actual superhero side of it, and a bad, regular. And we've seen that even with like Spider-Man. We've seen a good Spider-Man, but a bad Peter Parker, or a good Peter Parker, but a bad Spider-Man.
What do you mean? Tobey Maguire was the best. He cried, Brody. He cried, and then he got angry. And then he didn't give a shit about anybody.
Tobey Maguire worked all right as a Peter Parker, but I think his actual Spider-Man was rough. But because Brody, he was dorky enough to fit the Spider-Man role.
Brody, his face when he's stopping the subway in New York City looks both heroic, looks like he's terrified, and looks like he's just dumped his pants.
I was going to say, it looks like he shit himself. Which would,
this is the man that was in a movie about Seabiscuit. All right? The racing horse.
The racing horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
He fought Doc Ock, man, in a pier that was falling underwater, and Doc Ock ended up just killing himself just cause, because that's what villains do. Oh shit, Peter, wait, you're just a kid? Oh, go ahead, leave, please. I'll just fucking hold this nuclear core and go under,
it'll be fine,
into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, it'll be fine. No,
absolutely absurd.
I think that's an issue we've run into with Batman. They can't get the casting quite right.
Batman.
Hey, Batman.
Batman.
Hey, Batman. Oh, I guess that was a little more Bane. I'm sorry.
That's more Bane.
I apologize. I was thinking Bane, but anyway.
Will Bane make an appearance in Shazam? Where he goes, Shazam. What the fuck are you doing here? Oh my gosh.
You think the darkness is your ally?
They're making any fucking movie now.
I think Shazam was such a weird choice. I also think, I don't think you've seen Aquaman yet, but I think it was an odd choice to go with the original Black Manta suit.
I think it's just a weird choice just to do Aquaman.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Aquaman. I don't care.
Solely capitalizing on Jason Momoa right now.
Right. I mean, it could have been called Jason Momoa Man.
Jason Momoa Man.
Like Polynesian man in the sea fighting dolphins.
Right.
Like it's not. I don't understand why there are Aquaman fans out there. And I'm sorry if I insult you. It's just literally the man talks to fish.
He has a trident too. He's cool. He's like Namor, but worse.
Yeah, he's terrible. he's like you take. He's like a fucking Long John Silver's dude, of a superhero. Like he just. I don't like. I expect him to expect that to be his biggest villain as a Long John Silver's on the coast of fucking New Jersey.
You will not turn these fish into fish sticks.
These fish are my friends, not food.
He even throws in a Nemo reference in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, look, they said, let's take a superhero that really everyone knows Aquaman, but they hardly know anything about him. So let's take Aquaman. Let's fundamentally change what Aquaman pretty much does. Let's put a Polynesian man that looks like, God, what's Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character from Moana?
Maui?
Yeah, let's put Maui as Aquaman.
That might be a stretch.
And
boy. We're treading on thin ice there.
We'll give him a trident. He'll float around in the sea. He'll have battles. He can only battle underwater. He'll have battles against people.
You clearly have not seen the movie.
Can he get on land?
So in this iteration, he actually fights better on land than in water because
So
he's not.
Okay, great. So he can't swim well.
No, that's not the
So
case
he's
either.
regular man. So he's man.
He's just man. He's land man.
Land man.
Land man. No, they like you said, they took this character and changed a lot about him. Which, to be fair, I actually don't know a whole lot about Aquaman. The OG Aquaman anyway.
Right.
Because I am clearly much more of a Marvel guy. But I do like DC as well. Their movies usually are a huge disappointment.
Suicide Squad was so bad.
It was really bad.
Terrible.
It was really bad.
Terrible.
Yeah, God, they could have. There's so many possibilities for that to be good, and none of them came true.
Justice League movie is still has to be made, right?
No, the first Justice League movie came out.
It fucking came out.
Yeah, I don't know where you were.
Dude, I just don't watch the DC stuff because I feel like I'm gonna waste my money.
Did you watch Wonder Woman?
I saw bits of it.
Wonder Woman was really good.
It was good.
There was
good.
I mean, there was still questionable decisions in that movie that definitely could have been better.
Yeah, but it felt a lot like as close to a Marvel movie as they've come.
Exactly.
I haven't seen Aquaman.
Honestly,
is Aquaman close to that or no?
I don't want them to knock off Marvel on this as far as, just copy and paste their formula. But at the same time, if they're going to be good, that's how you make a good superhero movie. You have to be aware that you are making a fucking superhero movie. You're not making an action movie. It's a fucking superhero movie. I love superheroes, obviously. But the problem is they go into it and they try to make this serious movie, but you're like, that dude's dressed up like a fucking bat. How about you chill out a little bit, right? Superman.
That man's bat suit has nipples.
Superman is my least favorite superhero of all time because he's too much of a Boy Scout. He's not interesting.
He's got perfectly coiffed hair. Don't you say shit.
I don't have hair.
I'm not a big Superman
I don't have hair. Look, I'm bald.
I know.
But no, I think that's my main problem with DC. I don't really care for most of their characters anyway because I think that's something Marvel has.
You think that they're easy
simple
characters,
and
which is fine.
Marvel has made more complex characters by not limiting their characters to not be able to kill. Like, I mean, you got Punisher. Half the people in the Marvel universe have killed someone at some point in time because they fight with this moral ambiguity and this ability to feel human things and actually have to fight with different.
Hey, not Spider-Man. He just whips sewer grates at people and then they don't die.
He doesn't kill them. He just knocks them out.
He just
hard.
hangs them upside down until they get migraines.
Yeah, it doesn't
feeling
eventually
it
kill
yet?
you or anything.
You feeling it yet?
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Can you feel it?
They should do a Barnacle Boy movie.
And Mermaid Man, I watched the
Mermaid
shit
Man
out of
and
that.
Barnacle Boy.
Hell
movie.
yeah.
They should make one. That'd be incredible.
To the boatmobile. Hooray!
Barnacle Boy. To the boatmobile. Away.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, I can't find the mermaid man or boatmobile. It's invisible, man. That was so good. God, I love those so much. SpongeBob is brilliant. I don't care what anybody says. It's fantastic. Yeah, you know what else is brilliant?
Shazam is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
Back to... We'll come full circle. And
you know what's going to be brilliant? Audiobooks, because they read to you. No way! You can get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/diggity. You can get access to over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or your MP3 player. So head on over to audibletrial.com/diggity. I'm sure there's a Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy
to
book.
audibletrial.com/diggity away!
Away! You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Username is Diggity Gaming. If you're watching the video version right now, come on, just do it. Just subscribe. Just smash that like button. Smash that like button so you can learn our top 10 ways to earn $100 in 30 days.
Number 6 will surprise you.
Dude, oh my God, yeah. Clickbait up the butt. You won't believe what I sold to make $31,000 in the month of January. I sold this paperclip and ended up with a Lamborghini. Here's how. Oh my God. Ugh, it's terrible.
You can turn your bicycle into a Lamborghini in no time, and here's how.
Yep. Oh, good God. You can find me on Xbox. Maple Jeff is my gamer tag. Brody, what is yours?
Luscious Brody. Not a Luscious Brody, sorry. Luscious Brody. Just Luscious Brody.
Just the name. Leave us a review if you're listening to the audio podcast, and also leave us a comment if you're watching the video version of the podcast on YouTube. Does two things. One, helps spread the great word of Diggity. And two, lets us be able to make the show better each time by reading your comments, even if they are incredibly hateful, which most aren't. Most are great. We got like I said, we've gotten some good ones. We've got some good ones where it's like, hey, you guys deserve way more subs. That's beautiful. We like that kind of stuff. But it is YouTube. It is the internet. From time to time, it can be an absolute hellhole.
Especially
but that's
on
okay.
YouTube.
We'll weed through it, man. We don't care. That's done. And until next time, guys, we'll see you for the Tuesday show. Shazam!